The Canadian flag was raised and "O Canada" was sung at the new consulate in Nuuk this afternoon. It's a new symbol of support for the Arctic island and NATO ally Denmark. This moment had been planned for more than a year, but it takes on new significance as U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened to annex Greenland. Trump had even said that he needs it for national security of America. But he has walked some of that back after announcing a framework of a future deal with respect to Greenland. A CTV National News correspondent Abigail Beeman is in Greenland covering that story for us, and she sat down for a one-on-one interview with Governor General Mary Simon, who is also there for the opening of the consulate. Here's a part of that conversation.
I want to start by asking you, what does it mean for you to be here for the consulate opening today? And if I could ask you on two fronts, both as Canada's head of state, but also as an Inuit person.
Oh, I'll deal with the Inuit person first, because my personal relationship with Greenland has been happening for a long time, and the cooperation between the Greenlandic Inuit and the Canadian Inuit has really been, long before the states started to draw lines. Inuit were going back and forth between now Canada and Denmark, Greenland. So that part predates any real borders that were created over time. So I think what we're doing is we're building on all the work that Inuit have been doing over the last 40 years through an organization we call the Inuit Circumpolar Council, which is an international organization. And the consulate is a very important event, the opening of the Canadian consulate, because we need to continuously strengthen our bilateral ties between Canada, Denmark and Greenland, and also amongst the Inuit. The Inuit are one people. We share the same language with different dialects, and we have the same culture. So this is something that's really important to us. I think the consulate will, start to look at how more trade could be undertaken between the two countries, and also, self-determination in the context of Greenland is really being done between Denmark and Greenland. So our ties are people to people, business development, cultural, education, all those issues that affect people in the communities are very important to both Greenland and the Canadian Arctic.
You met with Greenland's Prime Minister today. I'm wondering if you can share anything about how Greenlanders are feeling about threats from the United States and anything about your message about Canada's support.
Yes, I had a very good meeting with the Prime Minister. He shared with me the concerns of Greenlandic Inuit. In their language, it's Ikalaltit Nunat, which is Greenland in English, and they have been very concerned about the stories that are covered in the media and the messages that come out of Mr. Trump have been very. I don't know. There's anxiety and wondering what's next. So that has been shared with me by a number of people here in Greenland, and we share their concerns. Canadian Inuit came here today to show the support to the Greenlandic Inuit in solidarity, and none of us are really immune to some of the comments that have been made over the last 8 months or so, and it's not over. It's not gone.
When you say none of us have been immune to 8 months of comments, may I ask how you have felt about 51st state comments from the American president?
Personally, I felt that it was something that shouldn't even be discussed. And I've talked to many Canadians that feel, angry and hurt about what has been said through social media or in the news. But the great thing about it all is that it has brought us closer together as a country. In Canada, I find that the provinces and the premiers and the Prime Minister are working very closely together, and as a result of not wanting to entertain any of the comments that have been made, we just decided that we needed to come together as a strong nation and work together to avoid any kind of perception that we could be a part of the United States.